Chapter 8 Ghost Machine. As they advanced through the labyrinthine corridors, a sudden surge of energy caused the walls to ripple and reform. A shimmering barrier materialized between Calder and the others, cutting them off. Calder's voice crackled over the comms, ordering them to continue toward the energy source while he searched for an alternate route. Alexus, Amina, and Jayden pressed forward warily. Every step deeper into the construct made the air feel thicker, denser, as if they were moving through the belly of something alive. Strange symbols pulsed faintly along the walls, glyphs neither mechanical nor biological, shifting as if breathing. As they turned into a dimly lit atrium, a shadow detached itself from the darkness. It was Julia. She appeared calm, as if she had been waiting for them all along. No one had seen her inside the ship since the breach. "You shouldn't be here," Amina hissed, stepping protectively in front of Alexus. Julia only smiled faintly. "None of us should," she said. Her voice, soft but firm, seemed almost amplified by the strange acoustics of the construct. The signal pulsed stronger now, tugging at them like a tide. The very floor beneath their feet vibrated in subtle, rhythmic waves. "Stay sharp," Jayden muttered, his hand drifting to the sidearm strapped to his suit. Not that it would have helped much here. The corridors opened into a massive chamber, cavernous and awe-inspiring. Giant crystalline data pillars rose from the floor like ancient monuments, each humming faintly, glowing with an inner light that seemed to pulse in time with their heartbeats. Alexus stepped forward, feeling an almost gravitational pull toward the center. "What is this place?" Amina whispered, her voice barely audible. "Memory," Julia said, her gaze distant. "A library not of words, but of existence itself." Amina approached one of the pillars, hand hovering inches away. She hesitated, then lightly touched the surface. A soft burst of energy rippled outward, and images flooded the space around them. Moments from forgotten worlds, alien sunsets, crumbling cities, joyful reunions, and desperate last stands. "This is memory storage," Amina breathed, her voice trembling. "It's recording everything, us, our thoughts." Jayden snapped, scanning their surroundings. "So we're inside a machine that thinks?" "More than that," Julia said. "It remembers." Alexus, drawn almost unconsciously, walked to the center. As he stepped into a circular platform, a projection burst to life. His parents, standing on the deck of Athena V, frozen mid-action. His breath caught. They weren't recordings, they were echoes, imprints. The very essence of those lost moments preserved in perfect clarity. "This is why they came here," Alexus said, barely breathing. "They didn't crash, they were taken." The truth hit hard. Athena V hadn't exploded, it had been absorbed. Every sacrifice, every life, memorialized not in death, but in a living archive. Suddenly, lights pulsed red. The entire chamber trembled, reacting to their presence. Energy fields fluctuated dangerously, as if the construct itself sensed instability. Calder's voice cracked over the distorted comms. "Retreat, now!" But it was too late. The chamber began to shift, walls folding inward, corridors rearranging. Julia stepped toward a nearby control pillar, her face illuminated by shifting glyphs. "We can't leave yet. It's trying to connect. Let it finish." Alexus looked to her, fear and awe warring inside him. "What is it connecting to?" Julia turned to him, her storm-grey eyes reflecting the swirling data streams. "You!" Before Alexus could react, the platform beneath him shimmered and dissolved into blinding light. Everything went white. Chapter 9 Resonance. Alexus awakens suspended in a field of luminous threads inside the construct. The air, or whatever passed for it, was dense with memory. Around him, swirling constellations of light and fragmented visions stitched themselves into patterns, flickering in and out of coherence. Fragmented memories and visions flood him, moments from his past, his parents' last mission, the Athena V explosion, and scenes he doesn't recognize. Alien sunsets, cities crumbling into twilight, voices calling across impossible distances. These new memories are not his own, but belong to countless others who encountered the machine before. His mind reels under the weight of 1,000 lives lived and lost. The voice returns, calm and omnipresent. You are the bridge. The construct reveals its true nature, a sentient memory archive, created not for conquest, but to preserve the consciousness of civilizations on the verge of extinction. It shows Alexus visions of once great worlds, now silent, their last hopes encoded into this place. It has waited millennia for a mind capable of understanding loss, resilience, and responsibility. Pain lances through Alexus as fragments of his parents' final moments surface with brutal clarity. The desperate flight from the Athena V, the swirling gravitational chaos, the realization they were being absorbed rather than destroyed. Tears float from his eyes, drifting into the glowing matrix around him. Nearby, Amina and Jayden struggle to maintain stability within the chamber. The crystalline pillars pulse violently. The floor shifts beneath them. Their voices are lost in the rising hum of the construct's activation. Julia, calm amid the chaos, steps toward a central node that glows with intensified light. She places her hand against the swirling interface, stabilizing the immediate surroundings. Her connection to the construct is instinctual, as if she was always meant to be there. Meanwhile, aboard Prometheus, Commander Calder battles to keep the ship stable. Alone, he works frantically at the controls as gravity fluctuations ripple through the ship's framework, lights flickering, alarms blaring. The docking clamps strain under invisible forces. Calder watches helplessly as sensor data shows the team still deep inside the construct. Inside the memory field, Alexus floats toward a nexus, a point where all the swirling fragments converge. The choice looms before him like a second sun, to awaken the archive's full knowledge, and with it the burden of endless civilizations. Or to retreat and leave it dormant, letting humanity continue blind. Alexus closes his eyes, feeling the thrum of ancient hopes pressing against him from every direction. He realizes he was meant for this moment. Chapter 10. The Choice. Inside the construct, Alexus is shown two futures. One where humanity unlocks the archive's knowledge and accelerates into a golden age, and another where misuse leads to rapid collapse. The burden of this decision weighs heavily on him. Images swirl around him, cities powered by clean energy, diseases cured, humanity reaching distant stars. But woven among them are darker possibilities: technological arrogance, civil wars born from misunderstood knowledge, extinction accelerated by greed. And then she was there. Julia, not as a projection, but physically, drawn into the heart of the archive by its recognition of her connection to Alexus. Her face, illuminated by cascading streams of memory light, is somber. "You are not here to find the past," she says, stepping closer. "You are here to decide the future." Alexus falters. Doubt churns inside him. What if I'm not enough? What if I doom everyone? Julia gently places a hand over his trembling one. The archive chose you not because you are perfect. It chose you because you understand what loss means. Around them, the construct begins to pulse more rapidly. Time is running short. Threads of memory flicker and vanish as the structure destabilizes. Alexus feels the memory construct offering itself to him, trusting him to guide its fate. The connection will not make him a god, nor grant him invincibility. It will only give humanity a chance, a library of hope and warning, depending on how wisely it is used. With a deep breath and trembling hands, Alexus reaches out and accepts. The construct responds instantly. A beam of pure light connects to his chest, embedding its essence into his mind without overwriting him, weaving memory and awareness into a fragile, living bridge. He gasps, feeling the weight of countless civilizations settle into the quietest parts of his being. Julia smiles faintly, stepping back into the shifting glow. Now we begin again. The structure around them trembles, the beginning of its final collapse.